Okay, hi everybody, and welcome to the Hack for Better Days Touchpoint 3. I hope everybody's doing well, and thank you for coming on your Sunday afternoon. Really appreciate it. Hopefully we're going to make this one very quick. We just wanted to have a quick touch base with you guys and give you some updates, go through a bunch of things, and answer any questions that you may have. And with that, we're going to end the webinar, and we have our Slack channel open for any discussions or questions that you may have. So let's have this webinar going. Before anything, I just want to quickly thank all our partners. As you can see, that there's a big list of partners who have contributed a lot to this hackathon, and we really appreciate all their support and contributions, whether it's been like mentoring or category prizes or any general contributions that they've had so far. So big thank you to our partners. If you guys haven't joined the Slack channel, please go to the website of a hack and register, and you will receive the link to join the Slack channel where everything about the hackathon happens there. All the announcement, all the news, team information, different links and resources that we would like to communicate with you. It's all available there. Let's go through the hack timeline. We are at the point of touchpoint 3, which is 17th of May. We started on the 24th of April. We had an ideation and design phase, which went on for a week. We had a lot of resources provided to the participants, and we had the first touch point. We provided a recap. We went through a few things, answered a bunch of questions, and we engaged with all of you guys. And the second touch point was on the 8th of May. And from 1st of May, basically, all the teams started working from on their projects, and the development began. Some people joined the hack late, so we basically have started our projects at different times throughout the hack. So if you joined recently and you're listening to this webinar, don't worry, you're not the only one probably who started late. But we have another 7 or 8 days left of the hackathon, and you can create your apps and maps and submit on the 24th of May. So this coming week from the 17th until the 24th, we call it a development and pitch preparation week. So we expect you to start or continue the development of your applications or the maps that you're building. And we have some resources and upcoming workshops to help you prepare the presentation and the pitch that you are gonna submit alongside your project. So once you submit on the 24th of May, we will have some time for judging for this stream 1, which is building an app. As you may know, we have 2 rounds of judging. The first round happens at the regional level, like whether you're in Oceania, South Asia, Southeast Asia, or North Asia. We will judge your submitted projects at the regional level, and then the finalists and also the regional winners will be announced later on. So for the judging round 2, those finalists will prepare for an online pitch to the judges, and following that, the assessment happens. And finally, on the 5th of June, we're all going to go online and attend this closing ceremony where the winners are announced. If you have any questions, leave it till the end and we can go through them one by one. The agenda for today's webinar, we're going to give you some hack updates for both streams, go through some general rules, basically an overview of the rules for the hack and also the specific ones for each stream. We're going to give you a reminder that the registration for stream 2 is still open. So if you're an enthusiast that you want to build a map to help the community about to deal with the coronavirus situation, you can build it. We have a very capable here studio platform, and yeah, you can add your data or include other sort of information to create informative maps for the community. And the stream 2 is something that you can participate regardless of whether you're participating in stream 1 or not. Just a quick touch on the submission. Let me cover it here because I don't have a slide for it. The submission requirements and also the forms will be announced tomorrow. And yeah, from tomorrow you can submit your projects. Yeah, we are gonna announce some of the upcoming workshops at the end, and we can go through a Q&A session to answer any of your questions. So yeah, some general rules that we want you to be aware of. This was covered in the touch point 1 and 2. So first of all, you've got to be registered for the hackathon. If you're not, that can be a reason for disqualifying your team or the map you're creating. So make sure that you're registered for the hack and join the Slack channel. The teams for stream 1 should be no more than 7 people. All members should have a here developer account, and the reason for it is that we just don't want the tech people to focus on the development. We want everybody to be aware of all the offerings that can be used within your solution. So for that reason, we want everybody to go on a here developer portal and explore what can be used and what can't be used. So in that sense, we want everybody to have that account to explore. Each participant should not be a part of multiple teams. So we've already covered that, and we formalized the teams. I'm pretty confident that's not happening. But if have a look at the list of teams, and if you find your name on multiple teams, make sure that doesn't happen, because that will be a recipe for disaster for your team. And that will be a reason for this disqualification. So make sure that doesn't happen. If your team members are from multiple regions, please make sure that doesn't happen and report to us, because that is another reason for disqualification. Another simple rule is that, like, while you're working on your application, you can also participate in building the map, the Stream 2 challenge. So you can make yourself eligible for multiple prizes for different streams. So that's an added benefit to consider joining the Build a Map challenge. Make sure that your submissions address the judging criteria. I'll get to it in a second. We will be very strict about these judging criteria, because we want all of them to be addressed to make your application or your maps qualified for the next step, like whether making it public, or also if there's potential to it, we can look into supporting you for commercializing it. If you are one of the winning teams, your code may be subject to review, because we want to make sure that, like, actually that code was developed by you, and also if it's a real application. Make sure that during your submission, you look into the partners category prizes. If you see yourself eligible for it, make sure that you nominate yourself during the submission using the form. As I said before, the form will be announced tomorrow. And lastly, if you're using any location services, it has to come from Here Technologies. We're not going to accept any offering from the other solution providers. So make sure that you use Here Location Technologies. Specifically for Stream 1, as you can see now, like, we've taken a few steps throughout the process. And we are currently in a period that like people are building their app, and the next step is like to prepare for the presentation and submit the pitch. So your application should basically have a location platform, a component. And it can be just a map, it can be like a routing or geocoding that comes from Here Technologies. The challenge is open only to Asia Pacific residents, and the application basically should be new. If we find out that like this was submitted for another competition or a hackathon, then that would be another reason for disqualifying the team. In terms of the submission deadline, as you may all know, it's going to be the 24th of May by midnight, Australian Standard Time. And yeah, as I mentioned before, there will be 2 rounds of judging. Then yeah, and from tomorrow, the submission forms will be available for the teams to submit their projects. For Stream 2, it's much simpler. You just need to create a map and submit before the 24th of May. Individual participation only is accepted, so you can't form a team to submit your map. And similar to Stream 1, it's going to be it is open only to Asia Pacific residents. For this challenge, you should use Here Studio, and as I will explain later, we already have multiple resources like videos and blogs and all of them announced during the hackathon that you can use those resources to build your map. If you haven't expressed your interest, you can do that and submit your map by the 24th of May, and it will go only through 1 round of judging. Yeah, that's the link that you can use. I will make these slides available on the Slack channel, and you can also refer to the video, which will be on the YouTube channel very soon. In terms of the judging criteria, this is an important aspect of this hackathon, and we want you to cover all of these criteria in your applications. We've talked about this in Touchpoint 1 and 2, so I'm going to make this very short, and you can refer to those videos for a more extended version and explanation of these criteria. So for Stream 1, as I mentioned before, you need to use the Here location services. It's a mandatory criteria. In terms of other criteria, we want the applications to be relevant and innovative. By that, we mean the app should be relevant to the topic of the hack and the problems in the community as a result of COVID-19. And we want the apps to be innovative in terms of the solutions that are put forward. In terms of feasibility and completeness, we ask the question whether the project is feasible to implement in the community, or from completeness point of view, is the idea being implemented in full or in parts? So according to the answer or like our assessment, you will get between 0 and 20%. From feasibility and completeness, I think I've covered that. From design and usability, yeah, the relevant questions are: how good is the design or user experience or ease of use of the solution, or how quickly it can be put into use. And last but not least, in terms of impacts and scalability, the relevant questions would probably be: is it scalable for larger geographic extent in a broader community, or is it technically sound to scale it to a large pool of users? So each of these answers will bring points to you. For Stream 2, it's simpler. We're looking at the creativity of use in your map, the relevance to the topic of this hackathon, and which is COVID-19, the visualization quality in terms of the styling, the colors, the base map, and all those different things. More points will go towards the important importance and also impact on the community, how helpful this map will be for them. And lastly, it's around the effective use of data. What sort of data sources that you've used, and also how you use them in your map. Just a quick touch on the Hackathon's YouTube channel. There are like about 16 or 17 different videos and resources available on that channel. Make sure you pay that channel a visit. I'm sure it's going to be useful for your projects. And that's the link to it. Or just go to YouTube and type Hack for Better Days, and you will be able to see the videos. If you are at a stage that you still in need of mentoring, go to the Slack channel and raise it with the existing mentors that are in the Ask a Mentor channel. So yeah, we will be there to help you, whether it's about refining your idea, or you need any of the tech provider and partners technologies, we can help you there. There is only one upcoming workshop in the next few days, and that is by the RMIT Activator. It's about effective pitching and presenting. It's going to happen tomorrow at 1 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, or GMT +10. And if you want to register for it, here's the link. That has been already announced on the Slack channel, and I will send you guys a reminder shortly as well. So with that, I'm going to wish all of you who are attending this webinar and participating in the hack good luck, and make sure that you spread the word and the love on your social media, and let other people know that you're participating in this hack, and ask them to join if they're interested to build a map. The registration for that is going to be open until 24th of May. All right, with that, we're going to open up the communication channel for you to ask any questions that you may have. I'm going to unmute everybody. So if you want to ask your questions, please feel free to do so. And yeah, before you ask your questions, I just want to say, if everything is clear for you, there's nothing else that we want to cover, so you may just log off and continue probably working on your app projects. Okay, I can't see any questions in the chat. Or Julia, do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, cool. If there's nothing, we can close the webinar. Thank you very much for attending, and yeah.
Will there be any extension for the submission?
I'm sorry?
Actually, I joined the late. I joined very late. Will there be any?
Unfortunately, there won't be any extension. Yeah, the submissions will close midnight of 24th of May.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks for that question. All right. Thanks everybody for attending, and I'm going to close the webinar. I'll see you next time. Have a good rest of the weekend. Cheers.
Thank you.